So, hi and welcome. Today I want to share with you a printing process on my Gelli Plate. It is this printing with a lot of paint on the plate and pulling a lot of ghost prints. I was talking about that in my last video when I explained or showed you my Rothko's experiments. So, let's go quickly through my materials. I use the smaller almost A5 Gelli Plate. I use very, simple copy paper, nothing fancy. Then I have a few rollers. I have 4 because I will put several layers of paint on the plate and I don't want to smudge all the different colors on one roller. That's why I have 4. And then the most important thing is the paint. I use the Golden Open because they don't dry so quickly, and that is important when you want to have this layered and textured effect, because when your paint dries quickly, then you can't pull like a lot of prints or a lot of ghost prints. So if you try this out for yourself and it doesn't work like my printing process, it might be because you don't use a paint that dries slowly. That is really crucial, I think, here. So your colors. I have here my colors I will use today, and my inspiration for that color palette was Gerhard Richter and one of his works. It's from 1994. He owns it himself. It doesn't have a name, obviously, or it's not on the card. And I like the colors on this painting. So that's why I chose burnt sienna, like this cadmium red light, a yellow to create a lighter orange, and then I have phthalo blue and titanium white for this, lighter parts. And I don't want to copy his painting at all. I just love the color combination here, and I'm not looking at the composition or what he did here. It's just about the color. You could, if you want to, just take 2-3 colors and just experiment. You don't need a color palette first, but sometimes it's really helpful to make a color choice before you start, and then you can remove or add colors as you go. So this is very exciting, and this is my first round today, and I can tell you that the first prints are not the best prints. This might not surprise you. You have to go through the process a few times and cover your whole floor with prints till you get really a feeling for it, and maybe you get results that you really love. So I want to give you a realistic impression of the process, okay? So let's start. It's exciting because you never know what will happen on the plate. And I will start with burnt sienna and orange. I will just mix it, okay? I will not close that because I will most probably use it. This happens all the time. I don't know if you're the same. Okay, so let's do this. I always mix the paint on the plate. Okay, you could have a separate plate for mixing if you prefer that. But I just, I just do it like this. I don't know. It's just how I like to do it. So don't overthink the first prints. As I said, the first prints is not our main goal, because I think the magic happens with the ghost prints later. So then I leave it like this. I don't remove the color on my paper here. I just leave it on the roller. That's important. And then I want to create this lighter orange. Let's see here, and use a different roller here and see how it works. well, I don't know. And just spread the color on the plate like this. Oh, it looks good. I mean, the color combination, the print is not very exciting. And normally I would just pour like 10 prints for the color combination I chose. Okay, so what do we do next? I think I will print 2 prints on one sheet. Then I add the blue and white. This. Okay. Like so. A new brayer or roller. And just put it on top. Oh, I like this. So I leave it. Like I leave it like this and pull the next print. A light print, you know. I don't push the paper too hard on the plate. So these are the 2 prints, and you know, that's just the starting point. And now we can see what we have on the plate. We can add a little bit here and there. I don't know, maybe a little bit white. I want to make it lighter, and I will use my 4th roller for this light color. And you know, don't be too careful. It doesn't matter, it's just a starting point. The first 10 prints, it's just they can warm up. You see? It's not too bad for the first prints. I like when these smaller, darker lines happen. I don't want to get rid of them, you know. And this is like almost like Richter's thing. And then the next thing you do is you put the paint you have on your rollers on the plate again, and you don't add any color, any paint to the plate. So this is our next sheet here. It looks interesting. So what do we do next? It's always your decision. Do you add more paint from your roller, or do you pull a ghost print again? So let's be crazy and pull another ghost print. Oh, that's interesting. It's very light. So let's start adding color again. And you see that the paint on your brayers, on your rollers, is also it's not like one color anymore. And I think that's interesting. I haven't mixed the blue and the white properly, and that's why it has this effect on my roller. And I think this looks interesting on my roller. It has all the colors, a little bit of white. So here we go. And this looks nice. I like that one. So this is sheet 3. And what do we then? Yes, let's do this blue here. I don't know if I like this, you know, not mixed. Take it a little bit away, it's very strong. And then maybe add some white here and here. What about the yellow? Yellowish. So, okay, let's pull another print. Oh, look at this. So, the next prints are more about, you know, putting the paint you have on your roller on the plate. Maybe what I like is to create these lines here with the edge of the roller, because then you have some paint here and you can do it like this. You can create, I don't know if I'm very happy with my decision to not mix it. I'm probably not. So next time I would mix the blue and the white properly on my plate, you know. So but this is just a result, you know. For the next round, I would say, okay, let's mix it properly. So, okay, this is sheet number 4. And I actually like it. I like the lines and the textures. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Would you expect that? Yes, I'm happy with it. Oh, you see the lines, I like it. I don't know, what do I do with that? Just maybe pull another print and see how it looks. And press harder this time because I don't have much paint on the plate now. Oh, I love that. You could use the lighter ghost prints as a background for collage or for something else. So now I'm just, you know, doing this. I use my brayers and see what is still on the brayer. Do we have here something? It's not very much, I think. I don't have much paint here. What is with that? Oh, I have a little bit of the white here, but I think I'm done here. So, okay. One last print. And then we have like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 prints, as I said. Yes, most of the time it happens like this. It's just about 10 prints. So now you have an idea where I start. You know, these are my first 10 prints for day 57. And it depends how much time I have. Sometimes I just leave it like this. And sometimes I continue to make more prints. It's a fun process, and you can go with that forever because you don't need to clean here anything. You can just add new paint on the plate, mix it or leave it like this and start all over again and cover your whole floor with the prints. This is a nice thing to do. So this was it. I want to show you quickly how the prints change from print 1, 2 to 9 and 10 as a quick summary of our prints. So this was number 1, very dense prints, and I would say this is not what my favorite prints are. So this was number 1 and 2. So this was the next. I like that very much. Here, you know, I'm not very happy with what I did with the blue and white. So this would be my plan for my next round of printing, to say, okay, I mix it properly. You see that I'm not happy with that. But this is a good result to know what you like and what you don't like. That's why we do this, you know? That's why I do this. Okay, this is not too bad. I like these, I don't know what it reminds me of, transparent, maybe like windows, or I like the orange here, the warm colors. The blue, as I said, I'm not happy with that. Still not happy, but here with the orange, with these lines I create with the edges, I love that. And this was the next one. Here you can see I love this print the most, I think, because the blue is also part of the whole thing. It's not like this, you know, it's not so. Here it's not integrated, but here you just see the lines. It gets more green even because it's more mixed with the warm colors. And this was the last thing. Okay, so it gets very light. Good. I think this gives you an idea how my printing process looks right now. And if you have any ideas or questions, please feel free to comment. Hope you enjoyed it. I will definitely post next week my highlights from day 31 to 60. And yes, I wish you a beautiful Sunday and a beautiful next week. Bye.